Hey everyone, it's Eric and thanks for tuning in. Auralee has been one of my favorite brands for a few years now, and every time I see their stuff online or in person, I'm just amazed by how simple wearing a lot of their clothing is. Last year, Auralee released pictures of their Spring/Summer 25 on the runway, and there was one top in particular that I was really into. It was on my wish list throughout the rest of 2024 and coming into this year. And when they finally released their Spring/Summer 25 collection, I looked at every stockist I could find, and I was lucky enough to be able to get one for myself. In this video, I'll talk about why I love Auralee, and I'll talk more about why this one jacket has been my favorite pickup of 2025. Let's get into it. I first learned about Auralee around 2023 when they dropped their 1906 collection with New Balance, and I was struck by how understated but vibrant and elegant the colors were, especially for such a sporty sneaker. And in general, I really like the use of color gradation from Auralee, especially for their vintage or processed looking items. Another aspect is the level of quality in their materials used. Since their founding in 2015, owner Ryota Iwai has gone out of his way to source the highest quality raw materials around the world. In fact, a couple years ago, there was a documentary about how he went to Mongolia to build relationships with the nomadic people there in order to source the rarest Mongolian baby cashmere from goats. And it's not just cashmere as well, they also are very particular about how they source their organic cotton. Iwai himself has said that it should be difficult to discern which items come from which year or collection. Auralee is seasonless, seamlessly blending into anyone's wardrobe, which is why on the surface it might seem boring or simplistic. But in reality, their clothing is elegant and they do the minimal, wearable aesthetic better than anyone else in my opinion, using completely custom fabric and dyes. I'm lucky enough to live in NYC, and there's a local store in Brooklyn where they have some of the new season Auralee stuff. And I went last week and I felt their jeans, their hard twist denim pants, as well as this new cashmere Shetland wool sweater. And all of their clothes just feel so nice to touch. If you're able to, I highly recommend you go to a store and actually touch it in person. There's a very sensory component to it. So enough waiting. This is the Auralee Organic Cotton Duck Blouson in ash green. Both the warp and weft is using a thick organic cotton duck, and post dyeing, it is hand processed to give it that vintage faded look, as you can see. And because it's done by hand, every jacket is unique. Cotton duck is plain weave, so when looking closely at the fabric, you'll see this interlaced checkerboard pattern between the warp and the weft, and it's very durable. The cotton itself feels very dense and crisp, and the lamb leather collar is a nice touch and is buttery soft. The color of the jacket itself is ash green, but it reads more like a light turquoise blue. For the fading, it's most prominent on the sleeves, the front, and on the back of the jacket. For the details itself, there's metal donut buttonhole closures. There's two slant pockets on the front combined with two chest pockets, two flap pockets, and there's also a reversible corduroy lining on the sleeve. One thing I like about the jacket is that on the back there's action pleats for increased mobility in the shoulders and arms. In terms of my wardrobe, it pairs really well because I wear a lot of muted tones, and this gives a nice pop of color. That was the video. The reason this jacket has been such a grail of mine is because it's been on my wish list for over a year now. And again, everything from Auralee feels really good, it's high quality, and I love the color of it. Let me know down below in the comments on if you guys own any Auralee yourselves, or if you're looking forward to anything from their upcoming Autumn/Winter 25 collection. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and have a wonderful rest of your day.